Demi Moore has spent decades at the pinnacle of Hollywood, captivating audiences with her talent, beauty, and charisma. From Ghost to G.I. Jane and countless other iconic roles, she has built a career that few could rival. But behind the glamour and the red carpet smiles, Demi admits that not every relationship in Hollywood was smooth. Now, at 62, she's finally revealing the 5 actors she hated the most, offering a candid, no-holds-barred glimpse into the personal dynamics, rivalries, and frustrations that have shaped her journey in the entertainment industry. Fans have long speculated about the feuds, conflicts, and tensions that often unfold behind the scenes in Hollywood. Celebrities are frequently expected to maintain an air of perfection and diplomacy, even when tempers flare, egos clash, or professionalism falters. Demi's revelations break through that veneer, shedding light on the realities of working in an industry where talent, ambition, and personality collide. Her honesty isn't just shocking, it's a rare glimpse into the human side of fame. What makes Demi's list so compelling is her willingness to explain the why behind her feelings. These aren't casual grievances or petty disputes. They're experiences that left a lasting impression on her, whether due to lack of respect on set, unprofessional behavior, or clashes of creative vision. She reflects on the impact these experiences had on her work, her well-being, and the lessons she learned about navigating relationships in Hollywood. At 62, Demi Moore's revelations offer more than gossip. They reveal her resilience, self-awareness, and the ability to rise above challenging circumstances. Her candidness reminds fans that even stars who seem larger than life face real conflicts and emotions, and that honesty and integrity often come at a price in the competitive world of film and television. Hollywood is a world of glitz, glamour, and unforgettable performances, but it's also a world of personalities clashing behind the scenes. Demi Moore knows this better than most. Throughout her decades-long career, she has worked alongside some of the biggest names in the industry, but not every collaboration was smooth. Now, at 62, she's finally opening up about the actors she found most difficult, revealing not just names, but the experiences and tensions that shaped her journey in Hollywood. The first actor on Demi's list was someone whose behavior on set left a lasting impression, for all the wrong reasons. Early in her career, she had been cast in a high-profile film that promised to be a career-defining moment. The expectations were high, the set buzzing with energy, and everyone seemed ready to create magic. But it quickly became clear that not everyone shared the same professionalism. Demi recalls being stunned by the attitude, the lack of preparation, and the dismissive behavior that disrupted not just her focus, but the entire production. For Demi, this wasn't just about ego, it was about respect. In her eyes, every actor carries a responsibility to their craft and to those they work with. When one person's behavior threatens that harmony, it can create tension, frustration, and even impact the quality of the final product. She remembers long days on set trying to maintain composure while dealing with someone who was openly dismissive, refusing to collaborate, or undermining the process in subtle ways. It's one thing to be talented, Demi recalls, but if you don't respect the people around you, talent can't save the day. Despite the challenges, Demi learned valuable lessons from the experience. She discovered how to navigate difficult personalities with grace, how to assert herself professionally, and how to stay focused on her work no matter the chaos around her. While she may have hated the actor at the time, the experience ultimately strengthened her resilience and her understanding of what it takes to succeed in Hollywood. It reinforced the importance of surrounding herself with people she could trust and rely on, both on and off the set. What makes this revelation particularly compelling is Demi's honesty. She doesn't shy away from naming names or explaining her feelings, she contextualizes them, giving fans insight into why certain dynamics became so challenging. The frustrations she experienced were real, rooted in professionalism, respect, and the shared expectations of a demanding industry. By sharing her perspective, Demi invites the audience into the realities of working in Hollywood, reminding everyone that even stars who seem untouchable face conflicts, difficult personalities, and moments of deep exasperation. This first story sets the stage for the rest of her revelations. Demi's list of 5 actors is not just a tally of grievances, it's a reflection of the lessons she has learned, the resilience she has built, and the discernment she has developed over decades in one of the most competitive industries in the world. It is a candid glimpse into the human side of fame, the frustrations, the disappointments, and the moments that test patience and character. By opening up now, Demi Moore is not merely settling scores, she is telling her story honestly, revealing the behind-the-scenes realities that few ever get to hear. She is reminding fans that the glamour of Hollywood often masks the challenges actors face, and that talent alone does not guarantee harmony or ease. In her words and experiences, we see not just conflict, but growth, strength, and the hard-earned wisdom of someone who has navigated the highs and lows of an extraordinary career. After the tension of her first difficult collaboration, Demi Moore quickly realized that Hollywood, while dazzling, could also be a minefield of personalities. The second actor on her list was someone whose charm in public masked a far more challenging demeanor behind the scenes. While their talent was undeniable, Demi recalls feeling constantly tested, her patience stretched by subtle undermining, veiled criticism, and moments that seemed designed to throw her off balance. Demi describes one early scene in which she and this actor were required to deliver a highly emotional, intimate moment. While she was fully committed to the scene, prepared and focused, the other actor appeared distracted, improvising lines and gestures that disrupted the rhythm of the performance. It wasn't just unprofessional, it was frustratingly disrespectful. Demi remembers thinking, how can someone with this much talent act so carelessly? Every take seemed to drain more energy than the last, leaving her to adapt on the spot, while maintaining the integrity of the scene. What made the experience even more challenging was the subtle power dynamics at play. The actor in question had a strong influence in Hollywood at the time, and Demi often found herself navigating not only the difficulties of collaboration but also the pressure of external expectations. She learned to assert herself carefully, choosing her battles wisely, standing firm when necessary, and focusing on the work rather than the ego. The experience taught her an invaluable lesson. Professionalism and composure are often as critical to success as raw talent. Despite the friction, Demi also acknowledges that the challenge brought growth. She discovered how to maintain her confidence under pressure, how to communicate effectively in tense situations, and how to stay grounded in her own abilities. While the relationship with this actor was strained, it forced Demi to refine her resilience and strengthen her understanding of how to navigate a career that was as competitive as it was rewarding. Demi's reflections reveal, more than mere complaints, they provide insight into the realities of Hollywood. Fame often creates illusions, and actors can appear flawless from the outside while hiding flaws, insecurities, or behavioral issues that complicate collaborations. For Demi, confronting these challenges was part of her journey, helping her to cultivate discernment, patience, and emotional intelligence, skills that proved essential as she continued to work with other high-profile actors in her career. She also notes that these difficult experiences reinforced the value of working with people she could trust. Having a reliable co-star or supportive crew became more than just convenience, it became a professional necessity. Demi learned to identify red flags early, to navigate conflicts diplomatically, and to maintain her artistic standards despite external challenges. These lessons, hard-earned though they were, became cornerstones of her approach to work and relationships in Hollywood. By sharing the story of the second actor on her most difficult list, Demi Moore highlights a critical truth about her career: that challenges, rivalries, and conflicts are an inevitable part of life in the spotlight. They test patience, character, and skill, but they also build resilience, sharpen instincts, and shape a star's understanding of the industry. For Demi, facing these challenges head-on allowed her not only to survive, but to thrive, forging a career defined by talent, determination, and professionalism. Her candidness about these experiences gives fans a rare window into the realities of Hollywood, revealing that even icons like Demi Moore have had to navigate difficult relationships, maintain composure under pressure, and find ways to protect their craft in the face of personality clashes. In recounting these stories, Demi demonstrates the strength, wisdom, and fortitude that have defined her decades-long career, a career that continues to captivate audiences while inspiring those who follow her journey. As Demi Moore reflects on her career at 62, she recognizes that navigating difficult co-stars became a recurring lesson in patience, professionalism, and self-respect. The third actor on her list was someone whose reputation for charm and charisma initially masked a far more complicated personality behind the scenes. Demi recalls feeling a mix of admiration and frustration, as working with this individual often meant managing not only the demands of the role but also the unpredictability of their behavior. The tension became evident during a key production in the middle of Demi's career. The film required a delicate balance of dramatic intensity and emotional authenticity, yet the actor's inconsistent approach made every scene unpredictable. Demi describes one moment where a critical take was thrown off because the co-star improvised dialogue in a way that contradicted the script, forcing her to adapt in real time to maintain the integrity of the scene. While many would have succumbed to irritation, Demi focused on the work itself, channeling her energy into delivering a performance that remained true to her character. Demi's frustration wasn't personal, it was professional. She valued collaboration, preparation, and mutual respect, and when those standards weren't met, it created tension. Yet, through this challenge, she learned how to navigate difficult personalities without compromising her own standards. The experience became a masterclass in emotional intelligence, knowing when to confront issues, when to remain silent, and how to maintain poise in the face of unpredictability. What made this relationship particularly difficult was the subtle undermining that occurred behind the scenes. Demi recalls hearing whispers, observing behavior meant to distract or destabilize her, and sensing a lack of support in moments where collaboration was essential. These dynamics forced her to cultivate resilience, trust her instincts, and focus on her craft rather than the surrounding drama. In many ways, the challenge strengthened her professionalism, teaching her that maintaining composure in adversity is just as important as talent. Despite the tension, Demi also notes that the experience had its lessons. She learned the importance of adaptability, clear communication, and boundary-setting skills that would become invaluable in her later collaborations. More importantly, she recognized the value of self-respect, knowing when to assert herself, when to walk away from conflict, and how to prioritize her own creative integrity in the midst of challenging circumstances. This chapter of her career also reinforced the reality of Hollywood as an industry where personal dynamics often intersect with professional responsibilities. Demi realized that not every actor is aligned with the same values, and that navigating these differences requires a combination of empathy, firmness, and strategic thinking. By confronting difficult personalities head-on, she developed a keen sense of discernment, ensuring that her choices both in roles and collaborators aligned with her principles. In recounting her experiences with the third actor, Demi Moore emphasizes that her frustrations were rooted in professionalism rather than personal animosity. These challenges, while testing, ultimately shaped her approach to her career and her relationships in Hollywood. She learned to protect her craft, maintain composure, and cultivate resilience, lessons that continue to influence her work and interactions to this day. By sharing this story, Demi offers fans a rare glimpse into the realities of working with difficult co-stars and navigating the competitive, high-stakes world of Hollywood. Her honesty reveals not only the challenges she faced but also the growth, wisdom, and strength that came from overcoming them, a testament to her enduring professionalism and her ability to thrive even in the most testing circumstances. By the time Demi Moore reached the latter half of her career, she had experienced her fair share of challenges working with difficult co-stars. The fourth actor on her list was someone whose behavior on set tested her patience in new ways. While talented and charismatic, this individual often allowed ego and personal ambition to overshadow collaboration, creating tension that made even routine scenes feel like a struggle. Demi recalls that working with this actor required constant vigilance, adjusting her performance to compensate for unpredictability, while maintaining her own standards and professionalism. One incident stands out vividly. During a pivotal scene, the co-star refused to rehearse adequately, relying instead on improvisation that clashed with the script and disrupted the timing of the entire sequence. Demi found herself having to adapt instantly, recalibrating her performance in real time. She describes it as a balancing act between artistic integrity and patience, a test of both skill and resilience. It wasn't just frustrating, she recalls. It was exhausting, but it taught me the importance of staying grounded and true to my craft, no matter the circumstances. The fifth actor on Demi's list presented a different kind of challenge. Rather than open conflict or inconsistency, this individual's behavior was subtly undermining, creating tension through passive-aggressive remarks and unspoken power plays. Demi had to navigate a complex dynamic, balancing diplomacy with assertiveness. She learned that in Hollywood, not every challenge is overt. Sometimes the hardest battles are fought quietly, behind the scenes, requiring emotional intelligence and strategic thinking to preserve both personal dignity and professional outcomes. Through these experiences, Demi realized that difficult co-stars were not just obstacles, they were opportunities for growth. Each challenging interaction reinforced lessons in resilience, adaptability, and assertiveness. She became skilled at managing her own expectations, protecting her creative space, and prioritizing the quality of her work above the drama surrounding her. These experiences also heightened her awareness of the importance of support systems, trustworthy directors, reliable co-stars, and professional crews became invaluable anchors in a world where personalities and egos often collided. Demi's reflections reveal that these difficult relationships, while frustrating in the moment, ultimately shaped her as both an actress and a person. They taught her the value of standing her ground, the power of patience, and the importance of surrounding herself with people who share her commitment to professionalism. She also developed an acute sense of discernment, learning to navigate Hollywood's complex social landscape while maintaining her own integrity and self-respect. By candidly sharing her experiences with these 5 actors, Demi Moore offers a rare glimpse into the realities of working in one of the world's most competitive industries. Her story is not just about conflict, it's about learning, growth, and the ways in which challenges can strengthen both skill and character. She demonstrates that even amidst difficult personalities, it is possible to maintain composure, uphold standards, and emerge with wisdom that shapes future collaborations. In reflecting on these experiences at 62, Demi conveys more than frustration. She conveys resilience, insight, and the hard-earned knowledge that navigating difficult relationships is part of the journey. Hollywood may be filled with glamour and fame, but it is also a world of human complexity, and Demi's honesty reminds fans that talent alone does not guarantee ease. Success, she shows, comes from the ability to face challenges with grace, protect one's integrity, and continue to grow both professionally and personally. Demi Moore's revelations about the 5 actors she hated the most are more than anecdotes, they are lessons in perseverance, professionalism, and self-awareness. They reveal the realities of a demanding industry and highlight the resilience and wisdom required to thrive in a world where talent meets personality, and every interaction has the potential to shape a career and a life.